Welcoming guys into my NFL recap for week 1. We're back to talk about football, man, and I'm fucking excited, talk about football again. So we started off with the Thursday night game. We had the Cowboys traveling to the Philadelphia Eagles, and again the propaganda with the Eagles being on not Eagles with the Cowboys being on prime time. This was a division game. Jalen um, Jalen Jalen Walker spat in Dak Prescott's face. I'm like, fuck, this is what the NFL's all about, man. And then he's like, yeah, I'm only going to do a few minutes in the first half. And that was it. Jalen Walker was gone, and I'm thinking, it kind of feels like what they would do, something like you'll see in the NFL, in the NBA, where it's like these soft kind of fouls. But again, it's a rivalry, man. Just let it go. Like, some things you can let it go. But ultimately, the game ended in the second half of a. They suspended the game because of a storm in Philadelphia. So yeah, the game finished 20-24 to the Eagles. They're gonna probably play it at some point. But Javonte Williams at 15 carries for the Cowboys. Jalen Hurts had 152 yards, 19 out of 29 throws, and the game was suspended. So we go move on to Friday night in Corinthians. We go to this game, the Corinthians game. Chiefs and Chargers. Now this was a good game. The Brazil fans got a good treat because again, what did we get Monday night? We got Bears football Monday night. We should have had the Chiefs and Chargers, to be honest. But yeah, you're looking at really again Mahomes had a couple of poor plays in this game. Wasn't really his best. The Chargers defense really got at Mahomes. Jim Harbaugh's in-game management of his defense. He really got his defense together in this game. And ultimately, Omar Hampton was fantastic on his debut. I think overall, defensively, they were fantastic. Justin Herbert had a great night as well. And Keelan Moore as well. Just, again, overall, is a really good night. And Andy Reid, a couple of those play calls from Andy Reid was questionable. Mahomes, again, kind of having a bit of Super Bowl kind of hangover from losing from the Eagles. I don't know, man, but Justin Herbert threw for 318 yards. He had 25 out of 34 throws. He had 3 touchdowns. He had a fantastic game, Justin Herbert. And then you look at Amari Hampton, who again had 15 carries himself. He had, like I said, a really good game. But the defense had probably won the Chargers the game. Herbert. You can again. This was a AFC West division game. But you're looking at these two teams, especially contending for the Super Bowl this year. Moving on to the Sunday games, we had, obviously I've talked about this before, but the Lions traveling to the Packers. I'm not going to go into much detail because I did a separate video on that on the channel a few days ago, so I'm not going to talk about it now, but ultimately it wasn't a good day for us Lions fans. It was like, oh, Jared Goff coming out. Michael Parsons was great. I could talk about. But yeah, Jared Goff threw for 225 yards. He got 31 out of 39 throws, 1 touchdown. But a ton of turnovers from Jared Goff as well, which wasn't the best. And the running game was again exposed. Moving on to the other Sunday games, we have the Bengals. When the Bengals travel to the skid marks, and again for the Bengals, in my opinion, I know they usually have a slow start, but they were struggling. They were struggling against the skid marks, who had Joe Flacco as their starting quarterback. I know Shador had a cameo in this game, but he should have started from the get-go, to be honest. But again, you look at this game here, and you had Joe Flacco had 290 yards, 31 out of 45 throws, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Chase Brown had 21 carries, and then the Bengals win 17-16. We had the Cardinals traveling to the Saints. Cardinals win 20-13. You had Spencer Rattler start. Remember when they went for a 3rd round pick for Tyler Stow, the 26-year-old who was a backup to Justin Herbert? Well, he cannot get past Spencer Rattler. He got 214 yards, 27 out of 46 throws, 2 touchdowns by Kyler Murray, and the Cardinals win 20-13. So it's going to be one of those years, I think, especially for the Raiders, not Raiders, for the Saints fans this year, it's like, yeah, another year, guys, another year of meteoric Saints football, baby, with Mickey Loomis as your GM. But again, this is the problem when you have somebody like a dumb idiot like Mickey Loomis being part of your team, being part of setting up your team. But I want to say here, we had the Raiders traveling to the Patriots. Pete Carroll, the oldest head coach in NFL history, the oldest head coach to get a win. Raiders win 20-13. Again, Drake May in year 2. Again, he had some impressive showings today. On Sunday, he had Drake May threw for 30 out of 46 throws, 287 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and Aston Genty had a pretty good showing as well. 19 carries for the Raiders, and the Raiders are now 1-0. I know Raiders are like, yeah, we've won already in September. But yeah, good win for the Raiders, for Verbal. There's still again additions you need to work on defensively. But yeah, I think you're looking at this Patriots team. I think it's going to be a bit of an unknown this year, especially with the additions. Again, you're going to have more of a kind of an unknown on that defense side of the ball, but especially you're hoping you're going to see a lot more progression with Drake May in year 2. But good win for the Raiders. Then we had the Buccaneers traveling to the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons win 23-20. Phoenix Jr. had 27 out of 42 throws, 298 yards, and a touchdown. Just a good win for the Falcons, a good division win. Then we had the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers returning back to New York, New Jersey against the Jets. This was, again, a good game. I think, again, you look at this game, this post-show in prime time, but again, you look at Justin Fields here. You're like, this is Justin Fields, running the ball, couldn't figure out Chicago. You're looking at maybe the Jets should have took a Shedeur Sanders here. I mean, if I'm the Jets, they should have took a Shedeur Sanders. Because you know what you're getting with Justin Fields. With Shedeur Sanders, I know he's raw and unproven, but again, you've got potential there. Where's the potential in Justin Fields? I could say the same about the Steelers going for Aaron Rodgers. You could have gone for Shedeur, or you could have gone for a Jackson Dart. You know what I mean? It's just, again, Aaron Rodgers, his best year was 2020. Justin Fields hasn't figured it out, and he's nearly 30 years old. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers had a good day, though, on the field. They had 4 touchdowns, 4 passing touchdowns, 22 out of 30 throws, 244 yards. Not a bad day. And then Breece Hall got like 29 carries, so not a bad day. Steelers won 34-32. Then we had the Dolphins, and you're looking at the Dolphins here. I said that Mike McDaniels will be on the hot seat, and again there was a shutout. There was a shutout here by the Colts, 33-8. Danny Dimes threw for 272 yards, 22 out of 24 throws, 1 touchdown. Well, Danny Dimes experience, baby. Anthony Richardson is done. We're having no more Anthony Richardson. It's Danny Dimes. Good luck with that, Colts fans. And for Mike McDaniel, yeah, I think he's probably the first head coach to go. Or could it be Brian Daboll, who, again, we had the Giants 6, Commanders 21. And I said this on Twitter, but why didn't this is my problem with it, is you drafted a young quarterback in Jackson Dart, knowing goddamn well that you're not going to play Jackson Dart because you've traded a shit ton of money for Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. Both of them are on their tail ends of their career. Jackson Dart is raw, has a lot more potential, unknown, but he can do a better job than these two guys. For the Commanders, they resumed where they left off. They picked up where they left off last year. Jaden Daniels had 1 touchdown, 19 out of 30 throws, 283 yards. I like the chemistry that I like the play so far between Jaden Daniels and Deebo Samuel. I think they're going to be a really big threat for the rest of the league this year. Then we had the Panthers traveling to Duval. That's right, Panthers. And then there was this fucking video online of Shad Khan fucking dancing and fucking going, oh my god. It's like, calm down, Shad. You've only just beaten the Panthers for the last number of years. Been a dumpster fire. It's like, oh, it's like he's walking around. Shad Khan's walking around like he's won the fucking Super Bowls and shit. But yeah, it's just never a bad day, is it, for Jacksonville? They won 26-10. Moving on to we had the 49ers traveling to Seattle. 49ers win 17-13. Brock Purdy had 2 touchdowns, 220 out of 37 throws, 2 interceptions, 277 yards. Then we had the Texans and Rams. Rams beat the LA Rams beat the Texans 14-9. Stafford threw for 21 out of 29 throws, 1 touchdown, 245 yards. And then we had the Tennessee Titans travel to Denver. This was Cam Ward's debut in the NFL, and he looked okay for the. Again, I didn't see the whole game because I was watching the Lions game. I was watching the Lions game. So again, the highlights that I seen, he looked impressive. He looked impressive to me in the bits that I've seen of him. Still again raw, but you can have those growing pains throughout the season anyway with a young quarterback. For Bo Nix, second year for him, 176 yards, 25 out of 40 throws, 1 interception, 2 touchdowns. He didn't have a bad game, so yeah, not a bad day for the Broncos. Then we had the Sunday night primetime game. We had the Ravens travel to the Bills. Again, you're looking at these 2 teams, and maybe you're thinking, why have they put the Bills and Ravens on so early in the season, week 1? Like, you would normally put this game on like week 4, week 5, maybe week 6 to see like where they are after 6 weeks and see if they are going to be Super Bowl contenders or Super Bowl champions. And one thing I've said, and I've said this before on the channel, so you can go back and watch the old videos I've done about, but John Harbaugh. What the hell was that? John Harbaugh had a 17-point lead going into the second half. They had a 17-point lead against the Bills, the Ravens, and then you give away 17. You let the Bills come back with, again, poor defensive play calls, poor defensive decisions that cost you this game. Give away a conversion to ultimately give the Bills a crucial win here at home, 41-40. And when it comes down to things, you're going to be going, especially when it comes playoff time, if that home advantage is there for the Bills, that could get them that could really give them a big lift and get them over the line to a Super Bowl. But yeah, once again, John Harbaugh screwing up the defense. I'm not saying that for Sean McDermott, he's done that before, but actually you have a 17-point lead going into the second half of the game, and then you throw it away completely. Derrick Henry had a good game. He had like 2 touchdowns in this game. He had a fantastic game overall. Josh Allen had a fantastic game as well. 35 out of 46 throws, 2 touchdowns, 394 yards. Again, but Derrick Henry was great. It's just the defense side of the ball that fucked over the Ravens. But 40-41, this was a really good game. I think this should have probably been on Monday night. Switching over to the Monday night games, we had the Vikings versus Bears football on primetime. Again, we know it's a struggle market, but again, do we want to watch Seattle of Bears football? Ben Johnson's first game as a NFL head coach, and again, there was things where you're like, who's coaching this? Who is coaching this team? Is it still Matt Eberflus? Is he coaching this Bears team? He's just under a Ben Johnson mask. And then you look at the defense under Dennis Allen. Like, I don't know. Caleb Williams didn't have the best of nights either. He had two touchdowns. He had 1 touchdown in this game, 210 yards, 21 out of 35 throws. But then you look at J.J. McCarthy, this was his debut for J.J. McCarthy because he missed last year because of injury. He had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 13 out of 20 throws, 147 yards. He looked like the quarterback that's played the longest and had been more experienced. Caleb Williams looked some parts in there have lost. You look at especially the 2 rosters as well. Where's the big weapon for the Bears? You look at the Vikings and they have Justin Jefferson. Where is that for the Bears? Where's the elite wide receiver that they have on this roster? Cole Kmet? Give me a break. But yeah, The Vikings win 27-24. Good road win for the Vikings, and yeah, I just hope we don't have more Bears football in prime time again.